get half of it back.
Yeah, but there's people that are sitting there saying, "Is this real? It's not real." They don't know, right?
They don't know exactly, like us. Yeah.
And I mean, that's why I say if it's going to move in 15 minutes, it's going to move, right? Facebook got a $400 target today. Very nice. Okay. Let's start the recording. Okay. Good morning, everybody. 7:20. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Think about it. How did we navigate yesterday and Friday? How good was that? Right off the bat, you buy some puts, you let it go down, then you buy the strongest of the strongest, and you're ready for perfect. This is how you trade. You don't put in too much. You don't complain. Why do you not complain? Because, if you have 10 grand and you did 3 trades of $100 and a couple of 200, you got 500 in the market. Okay. Oh, wow, we got the wrong side. I got 500 in. Okay. Why are you complaining? That's it. Now, if you have 8,000 in, yeah, you're complaining. But that's your fault. So don't do that. I don't care if you got $100,000, $10 million, or 10 grand. Don't put in too much. If somebody, think about this. If you have $2 million and you've given it to one guy to manage, and he has it, and he tells you he has 80% or 70% in the market, all you got to do is go ask him, say you're hedged. If everything goes to shit, how much money do I have? And if he tells you, well, you may go down 10%, add it to 50%, because you can get wiped by 50% by just owning stocks on any particular day. I don't care what you think. It's very possible. Okay, I don't care if you got Apple. Apple could drop 50% in a heartbeat. Okay, so it can happen. So be hedged. He hedged. And if you're doing options, buy some options. Buy some puts. That's how you become a great trader. Okay? SPX up 22. That puts at 42.80. You got 4,300. See if 4,300 comes fast. If 4,300 comes fast, then we see and then we see. Another scenario is it hits 4,300 and goes right back down. Very possible. And then we see and then we see. LRCX, 603, 609, 616, 621, underneath 581. Nvidia. Okay, Nvidia, I haven't done all this math numbers yet because I haven't divided them all. So the number on it is 700. It's going to be 700, okay? So if 700 breaks, it's in trouble, and 700 is going to be what, 175, okay? So if it breaks 175, it's in trouble, okay? So the other side of it is if it breaks 800, so 800 is going to be 200. That one's easy. Then it can go to 230. Go to 838. So that's 40 points. So that's about 10 more. So it can go to 210, somewhere in there, okay? And we'll start posting them tomorrow. I just didn't do all the math on all that stuff. So then we see and then we see. Okay, shop. Very nice. We told you shop yesterday right off the bat. We've seen them. They were $6 and they closed at 20. And they're moving nicely today. Okay, you got 1509, 1559. Netflix earnings today, and it's down. I don't really see where Netflix does great. Okay, you got people leaving because of the pandemic. If they guide down, why would you even announce the gaming stuff? If they come out in the gaming stuff and say it's going to take them 2 years, let me tell you, if Netflix says they're going to go do gaming and it's going to be released this quarter, the stock's at 600, 650. Now, the odds that they say they're going to do gaming this quarter and it's already done and it's ready to go is about 1%. I don't think they have that. I don't think they're even close. They're a long, long way away, okay, if they do that. Okay, downside, you got 491, 472. Goldman Sachs, slowly up a little bit. You got 371 to really sniff. You got 339 if it tanks. Snowman, trying to go. 256, 261. NVAX on the screen. Everybody's playing NVAX yesterday. They called it. Great. Excellent call in there by HY6, etc. Very nice call. Here's the thing. It hasn't had a second day in forever. So today it's up a little bit, but it was at 219 when I got up. So it's down to 213. It's down 6. Okay? So just know this. if this thing starts negative and starts to drop, it drops 30. That's what it did the last 2 times it had this rip. Now, nobody's saying it's going to happen, and if it takes out 222, it probably goes to 240. So then we see, and then we see. ROKU, a little bit better, 421. So things yesterday that acted wrong. All these people on TV are coming on and saying this is about the variant. And I said it's not. Why is ROKU not up 30? If everybody's going to stay at home. ROKU's the big winner if they stay at home. So we know that wasn't it. Okay? You got 421. You got 444 is a big number, and you got 463 that's a beast. It's a long way away. Zoom. They bought somebody, they bought it with stock. Okay? So here's what you got to know. Very, very important. If the stock goes lower, then they have to issue more stock. So in turn, it goes even lower. Know that. Okay? And if somebody comes out and says the variant is cured, 100% covered, then Zoom is going to be at 321 instantaneously. That being said, for today, it's up a little bit. It needs to get through 361, then we see. GME, very strong. And I made some comments yesterday. The market cannot crash if GME and AMC are up. They cannot crash. It's impossible. Go look at 2001. Okay? The stocks that weren't worth what they were at all imploded first. It cannot go down. Nobody's selling Amazon and saying, I'm going to put all my Amazon money in GME. I'm safe in GME. Nobody is doing that. Not one person. Not one. You can't name me one. There's not one. Actually, there may be, but they're not smart. They're just ignorant. Nobody is selling Apple and putting their money in GME. They don't do that. So those stocks have to go down. Like if yesterday was going to be a complete crash, down 200, 300 SPX, then AMC would have broken, GME would have broke. They would have liquidated everything. Let me tell you, that guy that has all that GME, I forget his name, but the guy that started this whole thing, I don't know, what's he worth, 120 million? He's got, 60, 70 million left of this GME? Do you think he's going to let it go to zero? Do you think he's going to let it go to zero? If this thing were to drop and instantaneously close at 92, and they block and they halt it, and then open at 50, he's going to start liquidating. I'm telling you. Doesn't matter. Nobody does that. Just sits there and waits. Okay, so know this. But he's probably got some puts there he's not telling you about. Okay? Interesting. Now, one other thing on his side. And, I know he loves this stock and everything else. But if he were to ever, say he goes out there and he buys this Friday's puts. Say he buys them at 130s. Buys them for 20 cents, 50 cents, whatever they are. And then he sells all his stock. If he posts that I sold all my stock, GME's at $50. His puts go from 20 cents to $80. Just know that. I don't think he would ever do that because I don't think he's Sam. But it's very interesting. So keep an eye on that. Twilio. Better. So another one. Twilio should have been up $30 yesterday. Do you know what Twilio does? Twilio sends SMS messages. People use the app, they create apps, and et cetera, and they send SMS messages, which are text, to get people things done. That's Twilio. Well, you have COVID. If COVID is coming back, why is Twilio not up 30? Right? Very simple. It wasn't. So it wasn't about COVID yesterday. It was about global growth. Okay? Know that. NOW. 572. Just wait. You got a huge number at 572. Amazon. Getting a little bit better. Bezos going to space. If he goes to space, I don't know what this is going to take. I think they launch at 9, which is 8 our time, I believe. Then do they get back? Do they get back in 3 hours, 2 hours? I don't know. If all goes smooth, does it take out 3,600? Then we see. Okay, then we see. Apple, a little bit better. If it gets to 146, look out. It may be ready. Okay, it may be ready. Facebook, $400 target. See if it takes out 346 pretty fast. It needs 358, but 346 would be a nice start. Google, 2552. Tesla, 662, 671, 692, huge. 709 beast. There's a 698 in there too. Then we see. I hope he doesn't let it go to zero. Then when we smart, absolutely. Thoughts on mRNA? mRNA is being bought. Very straightforward. It's being bought right now. Then we see. Don't know. Netflix said 2022. I don't think Netflix has said anything. I don't know if Omen knows or not, but has Netflix said anything, or these are just analysts saying stuff? We'll talk about the ratios tomorrow. Amazing work. Thank you very much. LRCX set up nicely. We navigated very, very well. And that's where we know. mRNA way up. DocuSign way up. DocuSign is going to go up a long time for the next 20 years. It's just going to go and go and go and go and go. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.